Today on View to a Grill, we're going to rotisserie a chicken on the Spider Grill's Huntsman. I'm Johnny, and the first thing we're going to need to do is set up the Spider Grill's Huntsman. I'm going to be using one of my slow and sear fire baskets. I'll fill it up about halfway and just put in a fire starter right in the middle. And then I'll place it in the back of the Huntsman. I'll then get some additional charcoal right on top of the fire starter. You can move that charcoal around a little because you want to expose a little bit of the fire starter so it'll be easier to ignite. Now today I chose to put the thermometer above the fire basket. Now we'll plug in the main unit and we'll also plug in the rotisserie motor. Now it's supposed to rain today, so I'm going to mount the electric cord right under the shelf using some magnets. And I'm just doing this to keep the cord off the wet concrete. So I'll go ahead and turn on the main unit and then press the thermometer button. Now I'll close my vent and set the Huntsman to 350 degrees. Now it shows the vent adjustment, so I'll close the lid and adjust the vent just like the picture on the main unit. Just to give you some time reference, it is 1:07. Now that our Spider Grill's Huntsman is set up, let's prepare our chicken. Today, this chicken is literally straight from the grocery store. We're not going to do anything special for the preparation. While I was about to start trimming the chicken, I got my alert saying that the Huntsman was up to temp. But let me show you what it looks like inside the Huntsman. Look at all of that dirty smoke. So we're going to close the lid and just let everything preheat for a little longer. And this is an organic chicken and it comes in at about 4.5 pounds. Now I like to take the wingtips off, so I'll remove both wingtips. And really that's all the trimming we're going to do. Today we'll be using the Fiesta brand fajita seasoning. I'll start by generously seasoning the cavity of the chicken. And I want to get all around in there. Now we can start seasoning the underside of the thighs and legs and also get the underside of the chicken wings as well. Now here's a tip. I'll put my butcher's twine in a plastic baggie, and that's so when I unwind it, my dirty hands will be touching the bag and not the twine. It also makes it easier to unwind. You're going to want more string than you think, so get a good amount of string and divide that in half. Then pull that trail end of the string through a loop 3 times. We're going to start by tying up the ankles of the chicken. Once you have that done, keep tension on the string and put the string in between the thighs and the breast. Push down to the board and use that to lift up the chicken. What we're doing here is tightening up the skin on the thighs and the lower part of the breast. Now flip your chicken over, try not to lose too much tension, and then you want to pull the trail in through the loop 3 times. Now tighten, and doing that keeps the string from loosening. Now flip it back over and secure the thighs against the lower part of the chicken breast. Pull the string through 3 times and tighten. Flip the chicken over and then cross the string behind the chicken wings. Pull through 3 times and then tighten. Keeping tension on the strings, flip the chicken over and secure the wings against the chicken breast. Pull through 3 times and tighten. Now I like to finish this off on the back, but you don't have to. I'm going to flip it over one more time, pull through 3 times and tighten, and then I'm going to finish this whole thing off with a double square knot. Cut the loose ends off, and there you go. A beautifully trussed bird. I'll just get my chicken in the Drippy's bucket, because this bucket, along with the skewer, is going to help me season the outside of that chicken. Now I'll get the first tines in, and I'm actually going to secure that pretty tight with my pliers so we can get the chicken on. And I want to orient the tines so that I get 1 tine into each of the thighs. That's just to help secure the chicken while it's spinning. Now we can get the second set of tines on and push it in pretty good, and then tighten that thumb screw to keep it from moving back. And then once I have that on there, I'm going to tighten that end up with my pliers as well. And at this time, I'll go ahead and turn on my ThermoPro temp spike unit. The chicken is ready to go. Our smoke has cleared. Let's get our chicken on the grill. Now, before I insert these, I want to map this out and try to get the thermometer probe into the thickest part of the chicken. I'm using the black thermometer for the chicken breast and the white thermometer for the chicken thighs. Now, one thing I like to do is to check the temperature and make sure the temperature reading makes sense to me. And in this case, you can see that the white probe, which are the thighs, is a lot warmer than the black probe. So I'll go ahead and try to find a cooler spot in the thighs by moving the thermometer probe. And in this case, I found a cooler spot because the temperature is now going lower. We'll spray the outside of the chicken with a little olive oil. This will act as a binder and aid in browning. Now let's season our chicken, and we're going to use the tub and the rotisserie spit to our advantage. We can turn the chicken with the spit, and we don't have to ever touch the chicken. Now let's get the lid open and take a look at that fire. And you can see there's no more dirty smoke. So I'll grab my chicken and put it on the grill. And now we'll just close the lid and let that chicken rotisserie. And here's a good reason why I like that Drippy's tub that my wife got me for Christmas. It's because it makes cleanup easy. Look at that board, almost completely clean. And here's a little time reference. It's 1:34, so we did all of that in under 30 minutes. The chicken is on the Huntsman. Now all we have to do is monitor our cook. So here we are, about an hour and a half later, and I want to check on the color development of our chicken. And the color looks pretty good, and if you notice, our fire is still going strong. But I'm going to add a few more lumps of coal because I'm about to crank this heat up to get us better color to 425 degrees. Now, just for fun, I thought I would show you some temperature readings of the outside of the Spider Grill's Huntsman. I'm just going to be using my laser thermometer and take a look at this as I walk around. To me, this Spider Grill's Huntsman is so well insulated, and that steel is so thick, the outside of the Huntsman doesn't really get that hot. The hottest spot was back here where the fire is on the Huntsman, right about there. So it got up to 253 degrees. Not bad. And here's the big moment. Our chicken is done. Let's go ahead and check out our results. Now, we literally didn't have to check on our chicken again, and it cooked all the way until the alarm went off. So here's our rotisserie chicken, and just take a look at that color. This thing is beautiful. Here's another shot. Beautiful color. This thing is gorgeous. Cooking a chicken like this makes the skin so thin. Look at it. It literally dissolves from me touching it in between my fingers. And that's why when you bite into a rotisserie chicken, it just melts in your mouth. It's 100% delicious. All right, so I'm thinking we need to start with a leg quarter. So let's remove that and then check out this drip. Yeah, that thing is juicy. I want to have a little bite off of the leg. I'll give you a closer look. Totally done all the way through to the bone. And the taste, oh my God, that chicken is so good. Now let me show you a little bit of the breast meat, and you can see how it just flops over. It's tender, it's juicy, delicious. Oh man, rotisserie chicken on the Spider Grill's Huntsman. Doesn't get much better than that. Now, if you haven't already subscribed to my channel, take a minute, hit that subscribe button. I'll see you guys next time. Take care, y'all.